All right, University of Alabama now. Head coach Brad Bohannon, along with Antoine Jean and Drew Williamson. Coach will open it up with a statement, and then we'll have questions for the players.
First thing I'll say is it was really weird looking over the Arkansas dugout, not seeing Coach Van Horn. So I hope he's feeling better, and he's one of the GOATs as far as I'm concerned. But thought it was an awesome college baseball game. Fortunately, Arkansas helped us a little bit early. To our guys' credit, we took advantage of some mistakes that they made, and really the story of the game were both bullpens were just outstanding, and weren't made very many hits in the back half of the game, and was really proud of our whole team, but especially those guys that pitched after Jacob McNary gave us a good start today. So obviously a big win for us on so many levels, and really happy for our kids and proud of them.
All right, questions for the players now. Start second row.
Yeah, I want to start with Drew. You told us this week how much you love playing in Hoover, and everything is going well right now, it seems. What are the emotions like in the dugout, and how excited are you guys just to keep playing now that you have 2 losses in your pocket to use starting Friday?
Man, this place is awesome. I can't tell you enough how much I love to play here, man. It's just the environment, the field, the fans, everything about it is so much fun. And being able to lock in the first day and be able to guarantee 2 more days was awesome. And coming out here and winning the second one and putting yourself in a good position was even better. So.
Question for Drew. Uniform's a little dirty. Just as far as your guys' ability to manufacture runs, what's kind of the mindset that you guys take to base running and just trying to scrape out those runs?
Well, I don't think we're the team that can just sit up there and hit home runs all day long. So we kind of have to find a way to score runs when we can. Move guys, hit and run, steal. I'm not the best at that, but I do what I can, and at the end of the day, it worked out today.
Question for Antoine. You have 1 hit and 1 hit in 2 innings. Just talk about you were just slowly implemented more and more as the season went on, and now it seems like your routine. Just how did it feel to be out there today, and what went well for you?
It was my first time in Hoover. Last year when we were there, I was hurt, so didn't get to pitch, which wasn't too fun. But just watching the first 2 games, like every situation, every tight situation, as a pitcher, you want to get in, you want to pitch in those situations. So just today, when I heard my name called, I was like, it's time to go, you know what I mean?
For both of you guys, this is the 4th game in a row you've seen Arkansas. Second time you've seen McIntyre as a starter, and you saw the other guys who pitched as well. Just how did that help you guys seeing them for 4 games in a row and McIntyre twice?
Well, they're a great team. Their staff's really talented. I guess just experience, just getting to see it over and over. You get to see it, 100 times you're going to be better than if you've never seen it. So, just getting to play them back to back, I guess, did help tonight.
Yeah, Antoine, based on what Joey said, you made a couple starts early in the year. You went through some injuries. You had to kind of battle back, and then tonight you got to pitch in 2 of the biggest innings of the whole season. How special was that for you?
It felt really good. Like I said earlier, I was waiting to get my name, hear my name, and once they told me to go, it was time to go. So I like those situations a lot. The stadium got loud. I knew it was a big situation, and usually that's what brings my game up. I hope it does. I think it does, but just felt great to be out there and had a lot of fun tonight for sure.
Yeah, and a question for both guys. With the just uncertainty around yesterday and today, how have you navigated, and just kind of what's helped you stay centered through all the uncertainty?
I think that's how the game works. You just got to be able to take it day by day. You can't control anything but your next at-bat, your next pitch, your next game. So that's been our mindset since day one, since before we started the season, So in a time like this where that's all you can do and that's what you have to do, we were ready for that.
To add on, I would say like today we had to change our schedule a little bit, all the pitchers meeting, before the game, all that stuff, it got pushed back, getting into the field, all of that got pushed back. So I would say just not try to thinking the situation, just chill with the guys, do what you can do to get ready, and once it's time to go, it's time to go. Yeah.
Any more questions for the players? All right, thanks, gentlemen. You guys can step down. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
All right, questions for the head coach now. We'll start to the right.
Coach, just the theme of this team in a lot of ways, opportunistic. Just talk about how aggressive you guys are in the base paths and how you guys were able to just manufacture some runs today and eventually gave yourself a good enough cushion where you're able to win that game by a run.
You know, we've really done more of that out of necessity than maybe what I think our personnel is. I really thought going into the season that we would get more extra base hits and we would be more of an offense that just strung hits together. And, you know, we got in the middle of the season and that just wasn't working for us. And I think it was Texas A&M where you start doing some things offensively where maybe the math doesn't work out as far as the pitcher's delivery time, or you have a guy with a little bit of swing and miss, but you roll the dice to hit and run. And we just did it out of necessity. So, you know, we spent a lot of time on that stuff, the short game and base running, and really glad that, you know, that we're doing that well right now.
Coach, you spread out 5 pitchers over the course of the game today. How do you feel about your staff and your bullpen over the first 2 games of this tournament?
Well, they've been outstanding, and I certainly don't want to take anything away from the defense or the offense, but you know, we've pitched several guys and they've all thrown well, and that's what it takes to have success in Hoover. You know, we don't really have that, you know, first-round draft pick Friday night guy that's just going to pitch 7 or 8 innings of zeros, and we've pieced it together, and you know, it's worked for us to this point. And you know, if you pitch 5 guys, if one guy has a really bad day, you can lose the game. And I thought all 5 guys that pitched today did a great job.
Yeah, Coach, it kind of felt like one of your biggest and most emotional wins of your career here at Alabama so far. Down the stretch, those last couple innings, you had to beat Arkansas. It was a 1-run game. You know, they weren't going to give it to you. You had to go out there and make the pitches. You know, is this kind of the team you've envisioned all season long? You know, because there was a lot of high expectations, and now that they're kind of getting on a roll here, is this what you've been looking for all year?
You know, the only thing you can do as a coach so you don't lose your mind is you think that things will even out over time. And, you know, it's been a tough year. I'm not shy away from that, especially the 3 weeks going into last weekend. You know, we were in a very good position when we got to the middle of league play. And, you know, we had 4 weeks where, you know, we just didn't play as well as we could or should, or things didn't go our way or whatever. And, you know, we're also the same team that won 9 in a row. We're the same team that beat Texas A&M 2 out of 3 at home, that swept Ole Miss at Ole Miss. So, you know, baseball is really a game of streaks, and this league is incredibly humbling. And the kids roll their eyes, you know, because I'm not even one of the old guys in the league, but I say all the time, hey, this is my 19th year being in the conference, and, you know, now that things are maybe evening out a little bit for us, maybe I have a little more credibility with our team.
Coach, you talked about streaks there. You guys are on a hot streak, Arkansas cold streak. I'm curious what you're seeing from the Hogs, because what we get from that side is, you know, Alabama played really well. I'm curious what you see from Arkansas as to how you guys are able to beat them.
Arkansas is a really good team. They're a legitimate top 10 team. They just have too much pitching, especially in the back end of the game, not to be really dangerous, you know, the next 3 weeks. So, you know, again, like the SEC is you just don't get this league till you're in it, like how good everybody is, and your margin for error is really slim. And, you know, I'm not even super familiar with their team, except that, you know, last weekend and today they helped us a little bit, and we played really clean. We only walked them twice, played really good defense, really gave up 2 solo homers if we had blocked the ball in the dirt. So, you know, you're looking at 7 days as you're evaluating Arkansas. I think if you look over a 12 or 14, 15-week period, you see a legitimate team. And there aren't too many teams that aren't really successful in June that have the bullpen pieces that they do.
As far as, you know, last year you had kind of a similar start to the tournament as this year, having the big win against Tennessee and now the big win against Arkansas. I mean, what's behind the Hoover magic, if you will, that you guys have had this postseason and last season?
You know, the year that they built our new stadium at Alabama, I know the team played in Hoover all year, and I've heard a lot of, you know, that wasn't a great experience just because of the, you know, dealing with class and all that. Now, at this point, I kind of want to move all of our games back to Hoover. You know, I wish I knew if, you know, if there was something different that we were doing in Hoover that we weren't doing somewhere else, we would be doing it in February and March as well. But, you know, the one thing that I mentioned yesterday, we do have a lot of kids that grew up coming to these games, and I think every player in the SEC loves this experience and really gives it everything that they have. And maybe there's something to the fact that a lot of our kids, you know, grew up dreaming of playing out there on that field more than we have more of those kids than other teams in the league. Maybe there's something to it, or maybe it's just a coincidence. I don't know.
Unrelated, as far as the past 24 hours plus with the uncertainty and the rain delays, I mean, how has that changed your schedule, or could you just kind of walk me through how that's maybe altered some things for you guys?
You know, we joke all the time with Coach Oates that, hey man, it's 70 degrees in the gym every day. I mean, some days it's 73 or 68, you know, and it's just part of our sport. And when you get to this part of the year, you've dealt with a lot of uncertainty, whether you want to or not. So the other part of that is every schedule change that we're dealing with, the opponent is dealing with as well. So I think older players typically handle that better than younger players, but you know, it's just part of, you know, you can't control the weather. It's part of our sport, and you know, our kids have done a good job of staying locked in and staying loose, and that's one of the reasons we've been successful the last couple of days.
Kind of a side note, you made a great play in foul territory this afternoon. I was wondering if you've talked to Zane about taking over at third base for him or not.
Absolutely not. You know, usually I let those balls go by me, but it was like a, you know, one big hop, and I was telling their third baseman that it got in the lights, and I lost it for a second, and I got really nervous for a split second, but luckily it stuck, and that's probably the only play you're going to see me make the next few days.
Got time for one more.
Coach, just talks about the composure of your team after that 2-run home run. You had a near collision in the outfield, and then you made a good play to settle everything down, and you got a couple outs. Can you just talk about the composure of your team and how that kind of was a turning point where the game could have got away from you right there, but it didn't?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, and we talked about that in our post-game huddle. We've been in an unbelievable amount of one-run games and have come out on the wrong side of more of those than we've won. So now maybe it's paying off a little bit that we've been in so many tight games. So, you know, I think a lot of the ones that we lost in early and middle of the season were, you know, not getting it done offensively more so than on the mound. And I think if you want to have success in the postseason, starting with Hoover, you're going to be in tight games because everybody you're playing is really good. So I thought our kids, a lot of our guys defensively, and obviously all the kids that pitched, did a great job of handling the tightness that you can feel in the stadium, in the stands, and probably part of that is being in this conference and having so much experience in tight games.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate
All right,
it. Think we
thank
got
you
them
all.
all.